Hey everybody, this is the first video that I'm making for the 2017 year or season. It's been a slow one so far. The winter here was very warm, so I think that slowed things down. I was out of the country in March for a few weeks, so there was no pairings going on at that point. So just not too much has been going on in my collection, but I do still want to show you guys. This year I did produce my first litter of Kenyan Sambos. That's a first for me. It took me 6 years to do that, so it's a long time. But yeah, I'll show you guys that as well. I do want to mention that the channel is right below 1,000 subscribers, so if you guys want, give me a subscribe and really help me out. Get me up above that 1,000 mark. I think I've had this channel going for 2 or 3 years and slowly growing. Alright guys, let's go take a look at the collection. Alright everyone, let's take a look at my first rack. This holds my adult breeder ball pythons. This guy right here is a 2015 Inchy Spinner produced by Ben Rennick. He fathered a clutch for me last year. Pretty cool paradox marking on this guy. He was bred last year to the female spider, and I've been pairing him with a couple things this year, but I haven't really, nothing's ovulated or anything, so we'll see. Let's move to the next one. This next male went through a pretty bad shed, if you can tell from his cage. This substrate it's alright, but it have just gotten over winter. This room being up in the attic and the vision racks don't hold humidity too well. He did go through a pretty bad shed, so that's something you would want to be careful of if you use this substrate. Let's get a good focus on this guy. This is a what year was he produced? A 2014 Pastel Champagne. He fathered a clutch last year to he was bred to the Pastel, made some awesome babies with a lot of paradoxing on it. Sold most of them though. So yeah, hopefully he'll produce some cool babies again this year. This next girl is a 2015 Bumblebee Het Albino. I produced her myself. She's being bred this year to her father, the albino spider, and the banana sable, so we will see what comes of that. She's a pretty big girl. She's right around 1,500 grams at the moment. She's kept her yellows pretty high whites as well, which is nice. So this is the big guy. He's a 2012 albino spider. He's produced, or he's fathered for the last 2 years for me, and he's breeding again a little bit this year, but nothing too crazy yet. This pattern you can see right there, that's looking pretty cool. When the albino spiders are babies, that dark yellow you see on the top of his head is white, and that fills in when they get older. But he's beautiful. It's a real heavy snake. He's like, I think he's like 1,500 grams as well. That still loves to breed. And he's looking great. I love those red eyes. Moving on down the rack, this is the 2012 albino female. She's I've been breeding the albino spider to her again, but I also been throwing in the banana sable, so we'll see what comes of it. She eats mice, and she doesn't eat regularly, so I could see her skipping this year since she just produced last year for me. But again, I love the albinos, and this is a beautiful snake. Oh, sorry. Oh, and guys, I have taken all the hides out of their cages for the video, so if you're wondering where those might be, or if I do keep my snakes with hides, I do. Let me back out on this one. This is my 2014. Yes, 2014 spider. She's very, very bright and kept her colors very well for a spider. As you can see, she is doing a little bit of the spider gazing, I guess you could call it, just staring up for no reason. She's great. She's produced 7 eggs for me last year, and hopefully she'll breed again for me this year. This is my final snake in this rack. It's a 2012 pastel. This might be 2011. Let me look. When did I get you? No, 2012. Cool. She's produced the last 3 years for me. Lays 9 eggs every year. And yeah, she's sitting around 3,000 grams. Beautiful snake. Alright, let's move on to the next rack. The next up is the baby rack. This is my little 2015 Snow Kenyan Samboa. He did father a clutch for me this year. He's only like 50 grams, which is nice. Tiny little guy, but he's beautiful. Let me see if I can zoom. There we go. That looks a little bit better. Just stays in this little 6-quart tub. He only eats fuzzy mice at the most. He's a tiny little guy. See if I can get a close up on his eyes. Oh no, he's gonna want to hide. Yeah. Need to work on the lighting in here. Pretty snake though. I apologize for the bad lighting again, guys. This is not the best way to show off these darker snakes, but this is a snake I picked up this year, or I guess the end of last year. He is a 2016 leopard pinstripe. Trying to add some darker colors to the collection. He's growing nicely. This is my 2016 Spectre male. I held on to him for the fact that I stupidly sold his father when I had a quarter-life crisis, and I wanted to have the Spectre gene in the collection still. He has a cool pattern. It's a little just funky, kind of jungly looking, but he's growing well, and I don't really have any plans to breed him to anything. I'm gonna figure that out when he gets up to size. So this is a cool mutation. He's gotten so much brighter with age. I produced him in 2016. He is an inchy pinstripe. He was born pretty brown, and he just gets more golden every shed. He is the only ball python I still have for sale from last year. I'm wanting around $200 for him. I'm gonna vend at the next, I think I'm gonna be at the next Columbus show. Maybe not, I don't know yet, because I've got to get these baby Kenyans eating first. But yeah, he will be probably the only ball python I will have for sale. I did take his substrate out, well, paper towel out and water bowl, just so I could show you guys better. But yeah, let's move on. And here is what I'm most excited to show you guys. This is my litter of Kenyan Samboas. They are double het for snow. So that's albino and anery. It was a little snow father bred to just a normal female. She produced 17 babies, no stillborns at all. And look at all that. I'm waiting for them to shed so that I can feed them. Don't run. But yeah, these guys are tiny. So cool. But yeah, I've been tracking the mother. I knew that she was really, really pregnant. You could tell in her belly. She's a 2011, so she definitely has the age and the size on her. But yeah, these are all real pretty, just orange, normal Kenyan Samboas, which I just really love their natural color anyways. But they all seem to be doing great so far, and I'm very excited. We'll have them for sale at the next show I do, and then probably the next month or so, I'm gonna hold back one for myself, but yeah, the rest will be for sale. Let's get these guys put away before they start running onto the final rack. I hate myself for this lighting. I shouldn't have waited to do this video when it was getting dark, but I'm gonna finish the video. So what I've been doing, and I haven't had any issues with keeping my Kenyan Sambos like this, is I've been keeping my Kenyan females in pairs. See no issues. I don't feed them together. I separate them when I do feed them. But this is just a normal, no wait, actually this is a het. This is a het anery female. I think she was produced in 2013 or 14. But she has some great oranges. I think that's beautiful. And then I also have another female in here. This is a striped Ruffison's het anery. Well, it's a striped Kenyan Sambo, but it has the Ruffisons in it. If that confuses you, look it up. Yeah, pretty cool, pretty cool. Both are breeding with the male, and we will see what happens. Hopefully I get litters from all the Kenyans this year. That would be great. Here's my Banana Sable Boy. He's a 2015. He's breeding for me this year. He's breeding with literally every female I put him with. Yeah, he was produced by Fred Talbert, and he's a great snake. Beautiful purples. Would love to produce some more of these guys. Right here, you're looking at my Evil Champagne Super Pastel. She was produced in 2016 by me. She's getting more yellow as she grows. She actually has one blue eye, well, grayish blue, the one you're looking at right there, and one solid black eye on the other side, which is pretty cool. See if we can catch that. Can you guys tell? I think that's awesome. So yeah, growing her up. I'm gonna breed her probably next year, probably. She's definitely the feistiest ball python I have. Ever since I produced her, she just wants to bite. But yeah, let's move on, guys. Here you're looking at my 2016 albino spider. She was one of the babies I produced last year and held on to. Beautiful snake, growing quickly. And I just love the albino spiders. When I go to sell albino spiders compared to albinos, though, surprisingly, for most people that seem to be more amateurs and just buying, you know, their first couple snakes, they always tend to like, without like thinking about pricing and everything, they tend to like the albinos. Just plain albino compared to the albino spider. Her whites are going away. The striping of the spider white is going away. It's turning yellow. This is about that time when this happened. She's just around 300 grams, and she's under a year in age. Here is my Spider Inchi. I produced her last year as well. She's very bright. I think it helps. The Inchi obviously helps brighten her up, as well as her mother was really bright. Showed you guys her earlier in the video. Produced a couple of these last year and held on to this one. And she does not have a bad spider wobble, which I'm happy about. But yeah, excited to add the Inchi and spider to something in the next couple of years. Here is my next group of Kenyan Samboas. I've got the mother. She's just a 2011 normal Kenyan Samboa, produced by Captive Born Reptiles. And she's still healing up from laying those 17 babies. She laid those on 420. I thought that was pretty funny. Oops. Sorry about that. Let me zoom out. The other female I have in here is a 2012 Anery. She's beautiful as well. Both big snakes, both living together. They were housed separately while she was pregnant, and she gave birth to her babies in here by herself. So that shouldn't be a question that needs to be answered. That wouldn't be probably the smartest thing to do. But yeah, both doing well. Hopefully this one produces some babies for me this year. Who knows? And my final snake of the collection. This is an albino black pastel. I did not produce her. I picked her up in 2016. She's growing quickly and doing wonderful. This is one of my favorite albino combinations that I've seen. And I'm excited to breed her to the albino spider, see what that combination turns out to look like. Guys, this is my entire collection. I was excited to show you. I will have my social media links in the description and on the video. Check out my Instagram, Facebook, and website. Alright, have a good day, and excited to hear comments and stuff from you guys, and do not forget to subscribe. Alright.